told you about the effort to recall Governor Newsom in California over his COVID reign of terror. Well, since we had that segment, what seemed to be a long shot has grown into a formidable movement that has half the signatures it needs to initiate such a recall. So how did this happen? In the last month, Newsom's imposed the strictest lockdowns in the entire nation, one that has done nothing to slow the spread of COVID. Now, residents and businesses are fleeing the state. Heck, even Elon Musk moved to Texas. Those unable to leave are not just faced with COVID restrictions, but also rising crime rates as anti-cop BLM acolytes take control. And of course, in DEA offices, you bet they are. Joining me now is someone leading that effort, California State Senator Melissa Melendez. Senator, how realistic is this push to recall Newsom?
Well, Laura, it's good to see you. Thank you for having me on. And this is a very realistic effort. This isn't a joke. People are mobilized. We have over half the signatures that we will need. We have until roughly March 15th to get all the signatures in, and we are going to get this done. He has been a disaster, and we are tired of it.
Well, I'm surprised, frankly, there haven't been more anti-Newsom uprisings in the state. I mean, there have been some here and there, and we've covered them on the angle. But given the fact that you have a state with incredibly beautiful weather, people can be outside and enjoying the fresh air, and yet it seems like everywhere you turn, there's someone hassling a law-abiding person, and yet letting a criminal out of prison or welcoming in an illegal alien who himself might be infected with COVID and welcoming them into the state. So I don't understand how any sane person can think this is going well.
Well, I think most sane people don't think this is going well, especially when you have a governor and his Democrat colleagues who tell you, don't go gather with your family, don't go dine in restaurants outdoors, don't go do this, don't go do that. And then what happens? They do the exact opposite. And I think people are seeing him for the hypocrite that he is. And we are tired of it. This is Democrats too. This isn't just a Republican issue. It really isn't a partisan issue. I cannot tell you how many Democrats will write to me and say, please, stop this man. He is ruining our state. And now we find out he's planning on keeping our state in lockdown for a year. He said we're going to stay in lockdown until at least February.
Yeah. It's not going to open up in February. You're crazy if you think it's going to. I mean, they're going to keep this thing going as long as they can. Governor Newsom was actually asked, Senator, about this recall effort, and he quickly pivoted.
Many people understandably are frustrated by the closures here in California. Can you speak about the recall Newsom movement that is making some headlines based on this?
The opportunity to end the closures presents itself anew today. As soon as we extinguish this virus, as soon as this virus is eliminated, as soon as this pandemic is behind us, this state will recover more resilient, more vibrant than ever.
Do you think he's a little nervous there? Senator?
Yeah, I think he's very nervous. You notice how he didn't answer the question, and he is concerned about it. We've heard from the people on his team that he is very worried about this, as he should be. He just did a press conference a few days ago where he was all doom and gloom, and he told the media how he had to order more body bags for California because of the deaths related to COVID. And I'm thinking, why don't you talk about the number of people who have recovered from COVID? Why don't you talk about the body bags that you're going to have to put all these small businesses in, because he has shut down the state. We're tired of it, and it is not a partisan issue. I think he's in for a very big surprise.
Well, Senator Melendez, I think he and Cuomo both think that they have a chance at the presidency someday. I mean, they're totally delusional. They think they can be president of the United States. People are going to go, thank you for destroying my business. Thank you for putting my children back years in their educational process and development. Thank you for all the mental illness that you're causing the state. I mean, it's insanity. Senator, great to see you. Merry Christmas. And the news is good that a majority of Americans will have a way of getting rid of governors as incompetent and vindictive as Newsom really soon. Get this, 38 out of 50 states, accounting for nearly 85% of the